Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. Welcome to BAJECZNA. This is a new Polish map by DragonX and Xylak04. These guys are knocking the maps out. If you like your Polish maps, these guys, blimey, prolific is probably the best way of putting it. BAJECZNA, according to Google Translate, means fabulous. So there you go. Just want to throw that in there. Okay, this is not a particularly huge map. Very much like a lot of the maps these guys put out. Lots of small fields with the ability to plough together, which is kind of that common theme we're getting a feel for, you know, what these maps are like when these guys are putting them out. I think there are 94 fields. I'm sure it's 94. I've got this on New Farmer at the moment. On New Farmer, on console, it will use 655 out of 1299 slots. If you come on here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, they were both off a little bit different, which is a bit weird. I couldn't work that out. Farm Manager said 565 out of 1299 used. You have buildings, but no vehicles. Start from scratch was the same. You had buildings but no vehicles, but that said 583. I couldn't work out what the difference between 565 and 583 was. There was obviously something that was different, but I couldn't work out what it was. Anyway, it doesn't say in the Modhub that you need any. There's no required mods. It says you need that. That's not to say you don't, but it doesn't say you do. And it also doesn't say in there whether it is seasons ready or not. I did come on this a little while ago and check it with seasons on, and seasons seem to be running fine. But whether it's got like snow masks and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. It doesn't actually say in the Modhub. This will use 332.84 megabytes, so not too high up there, but you know, a fair amount. So on New Farmer, what do we start with? We start with this main farm area here, and there are 3 farm areas. So we've got a farmhouse here, we've got a silo, and we've got our pigs. We start with field 57, field 64 and field 76, which is rather nice. The biogas plant is to the north of the map and is cheap as chips, which I love. It's only 7,680 to buy, so if you want to get into doing anything regarding the biogas plant, it's not going to break the bank. Field prices, as you would expect, because they're fairly small, aren't too expensive. 23,640 for that one. Field 1, 31,000. What I do like about these Polish maps, and like I say, we are getting a few of them. If you're kind of new to the game and starting out, and you want to get that feeling that you're gaining ground, literally, fairly quickly, these are great maps to do it on, because you can buy up these individual plots one at a time, work them, and very quickly you can buy quite a few. It's not going to break the bank. It doesn't cost you like 600,000 to buy your first field, which can take you ages and ages to get to, and can be a little bit soul destroying, unless of course you use government subsidy mods or anything like that to help you along the way. So where do we actually start on the map? We start up here, up towards the store. We'll do a kind of anti-clockwise whiz round. As far as stores go, we've got a barn, we've got a dairy station, sawmill, we've got a kiosk, spinnery, and then we've got the BAJECZNA potato sugar beet sale point, the BAJECZNA sale point. Then we've got Adam Kwaniak. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Probably said it. And then we've got a potato sugar beet sale point for those as well. So a couple of main sale points, and then some for all the various odds and ends, the peripheral things like eggs and milk, and the spinnery obviously for your wool and your cotton and those kind of things. Are contracts available? Yes, they are. Just there, but like I say, fairly small fields, so they don't pay out quite a lot, but then the knock-on effect to that is you don't have to earn as much money, because buying fields is a lot cheaper anyway, so it's kind of all relative to what you need to be earning, which is very handy. On the main map as well, we do only start with a pig farm. There is a cow farm, which is just down there. That's the second of the farms, and you need to buy that if you want to use it. That will set you back 112,992. That also has a silo. And then there is a third farm area, which is just over here, this little plot there. That's 52,752. You get field 65 with it and a silo, but there are no animals there. So if you want to do any of the other animal types, they're ones you're going to have to place on yourself. So, with all that being said, like I said, we start up here by the store. just here. What I will check, because I forgot to check this earlier, you've got your buy, sell, repair, customise point just there. Your buy point just over here. I might rent a pickup actually just to whiz around the map, because all the other vehicles are over there, and I can do a kind of anti-clockwise route round, I think. Reset point. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll reset... No, I'll reset something later on. We'll check where the reset point is. I think it's probably going to be here. Generally speaking, they are on maps. It's very rare now that you get them where it respawns somewhere else, but what I'll do very quickly, let's just lease ourselves a pickup. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. And let's get cracking. So we're facing south at the moment. Just going to turn it off here. Yeah, it's a really nice feel to it. Their maps do. They have a certain... You know, I know I say it whenever I do map tours. We get to that point, especially when you get map makers that bring out a few maps. You get to know the style of that map maker, and these guys have a very definite style, a very definite feel. But interestingly, although each of their maps that comes out has a familiarity to it because of that style, each one is distinctly different. It would be very easy just to take a map that you've already done, turn it through 90 degrees, adjust a couple of bits, and bang, you've got a new map. But they do all feel fresh and different, which I like. There's some really nice features. Things like this, for example, with the tree falling down across the track. It's a simple thing, but it's nice. And you've even got the top there where it's broken away from the actual stump. That's really cool. I like that. Little things. But anyway, so we're heading north up towards the biogas plant. There's a line point up here as well. There is a bit of forestry to do, a couple of forests knocking around the map if you want to do a bit of forestry. It's not a huge map, it's not going to take you long to get anywhere, which is also a nice feel. And like I said before, very open. There aren't that many, if any, I think. I'm trying to think if I came across any fences or hedges that get in the way of things. So if you want to expand, you're fine. 2 bunker silos just there, line point, halfway in the back corner there. And then we've got our digester just here. And the digestate tank just there for your byproduct. And for only 7,680, cheap as chips. I like it. Right, continuing on. What I keep thinking whenever I go around any of these maps that these guys do is because you get that style, they have that style. And I'm not saying I'm going to do this because I'm just thinking logistically, and the time it would take would be colossal. Oh, there is a fuel station, gas station just down there. You can see the red of the building. Would be to do a series where you run 3 or 4 of these maps kind of concurrently. So what in essence you're doing is you're making a 4 times or potentially even an 8 times map, because you can run from one into the other. So you kind of drive off of one map and then you obviously jump to the next one, record on the next one, so you could potentially kind of link them all up and run a series where you run on all the maps at the same time. It would be incredibly tricky to set up, it would be difficult, but you could technically have a different farm on each one, and you could travel between the two. I think it might be an interesting way of doing things. Like I say, a bit tricky to set up, but anyway. A bit of forest up to the right there. I like the little tracks everywhere. What we'll do is turn down here. Western side of the map, just over there, and it is, the edge is right there. Something I did want to check, which when I came around this earlier I wasn't sure, but I'll show you in a minute if we get to the edge of the map. So, this is the BAJECZNA sell points. I think it's the BAJECZNA ones, not the add-on ones. So we've got potato and sugar beet sell point there, and then the normal sell point just here. Let's just have a quick check on the map. Yeah, we're at the BAJECZNA ones. So the BAJECZNA potato sugar beet sell point and the BAJECZNA sell point, that's up at this one here, and then the Adam ones are a bit further down. We'll get to those in a little while. Actually, how much were the forests? 74,000, 21,616. So that's interesting. Oh, if you'd like to buy the rest of the map, 208,984,000. I didn't mean to click on that. Blimey, okay. That was what I was going to mention, actually. Let's have a look. I'm just curious about something now. So what I will do is, let's... I'm going to carry on straight down here, actually. I will carry on straight down here, but I'm just going to take a slight detour. Apologies for driving across the fields. Oh, I'll go straight through this one. Sorry, apologies, sorry. Got a track on the outside here. Oh no, okay. So I could have sworn when I was on the eastern side of the map, when I got to the edge. Oh yeah. Ah, that's interesting. So I did kind of fall through. I think on the other side of the map I accidentally kind of dropped through the edge, but there are certain points you kind of can. I don't think you're supposed to. So be very careful if you do. You could end up losing vehicles or getting stuck yourself. Anyway, what we'll do is head down this one now. It'll bring us to the same point, which is where we want to be. So we are on the right on the western edge now. Have a little bit of forest there. When we get to this track, we're going to bung our left. It's things like this, like I've said before, about the different feel. Is the little ponds all over the place. I know they're in the middle of fields. I know some people just absolutely hate that. People hate having telegraph poles, and they just want a field to be a field. You can set a worker off and go. But I really, you know, much as it can be frustrating sometimes when you're trying to get a harvest done and you just want to leave a worker to get on with it, I think it adds a lot of character to a map when you've got things like that. It does give it a more realistic kind of feel. I like that. I like all these little farm buildings and stuff. Again, synonymous with these guys and the style of their map making. So back up here and we come to our farm. So on New Farmer, this is the farm you start with. Farmhouse is just there. The farmhouse you can't sell. And now this is probably the good time to look at what we actually start with. So we go into Garriage. So as I said, oh, that's weird. I don't understand this. When I came on and checked this earlier, that said 655. Now it's saying 664 for the slots used. I don't understand. Anyway, okay. Well, that says 664. It may fluctuate. I don't know why. We've got a Massey Ferguson 5610, a Fendt Favourite. We've got the Bison Super Harvester, Fortune trailer, Strautmann trailer, header for the harvester. We've got a cultivator, subsoiler, a couple of seeder and a planter, which means you can crack them with both types straight off the bat, and an Aquatrans for animals or water, whatever you want to do. Then we move on to these, and we've got a few mods that the guys have put in themselves. We've got a modded cow pasture, pig enclosure, and there's a few grain silos. Bunker silo small is the standard in-game one. So if you come on this on Farm Manager or start from scratch, you don't have any of the vehicles, but you do have these buildings. One thing I would say, I haven't tested it, but be careful if you decide to come on here and remove all of those. There is always that risk on maps that you then can't place anything where they used to be. Some maps it's fine, and I'm not saying this one is or isn't, I haven't tested it, but it's just one of those things to be cautious of. If you do remove a modded one, the guys have kind of integrated into the map, you need to be just wary, that's all, I guess is probably the best way of putting it. While we're looking at that, the mods available, like I say, under animal pens, you've got their ones on the end, the cow pasture and pig enclosure. We've then got under silos, they've done a few. You've got a grain silo there, 100,000 litres, 100,000 litres, and that one's 150,000 litres. So those three are modded ones they've done that you can place or remove or what you want to do. I don't think there are any sheds, no. And the farmhouse, there is no farmhouse. You can't remove it. That farmhouse stays where it is. So potentially, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? If you want to place your own, you can't, because that's fixed. A lot of maps won't let you place another one unless, because that's fixed, it will let you place one of your own. Again, I haven't tried that. But again, that may be something you'll need to test yourself. Nothing under decoration and miscellaneous to the standard giant things. We do have up here, I think this opens. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it did. Oh. Fair bit of barn space with various different vehicles and things in it. This is one of the silos just here, unloading in this part here, getting out of the silo just there. I don't think there's a workshop at the farm though. It's a fairly tight yard, and the map, whilst you can kind of open it up, you're not going to get massive machinery in and out of these yards. As you can see, the gate entrances are fairly narrow as well, and the yard's not huge, so you won't get a lot in out of here. This is your pigs. So you've got your water trough there. Buy, sell, load or unload point is just there. And these are indoor pigs, because that's the edge of your property, so they're going to be in here in this section. Feed trough just there, and then you've got your manure and slurry tank just there. So that's the farm you start with the machinery and bits and bobs you start with, all tucked away very neatly in their places. Do I want to go down this track, I think, maybe? Oh, maybe not. Nope. Need to come at this a different way. I thought I could get in the back way, but I can't. Sorry. Yes, I know. Toot toot to you too. Right. There we go. I was missing the main road. So, sell point here. This is the dairy sell point. We will check on the map, just I haven't got that wrong. There we go. Dairy station is just here. I've got a thing for pulling out on people today. Mirror signal maneuver. MrSealyp. And then we've got, where is it? The kiosk is just there, so sell point there, and then spinnery I think is the next one along. And there's your spinnery, just there. Again with this, all these yards with little tractors and stuff and bits of machinery, it has a nice feel. It feels lived in, you know. Continuing on, and we'll come down the hill to just here. And we've got a livestock market and a couple of sell points just here. So this is the Adam ones. So here we've got the Adam sell point, and then round the back here, that could be the barn one, I think. Is that the barn? Yeah, that's barn. And then we've got around the other side potato and sugar beet. So that's the sell point, that's the barn sell point, and then around here we've got potato and sugar beet just here. No shortage of potato and sugar beet sell points. And then your livestock market, if we open the doors here, is just in here for buying, selling, loading or unloading of your animals. That's the livestock market. Right, where am I going from here? Let's have a look on the map, shall we? Right, what do I need to take in? Sawmill. Then back around. Okay, so I think we'll take this turn in here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, if it's the wrong way, we'll work it out. At least we get to take in some more of the map. Yeah, there we go. Sawmill just here. With the lumber sale point, I'm driving over right now. Wood chip sale point over in the corner just there. We are down the southern part of the map now, which is just on the bottom there, just past those fields. I love all these features. Very nice map. I do want to head down here. There's a huge church up on the hill here. Very nice, and you can see the railroad track just down the bottom of the map there. You can't actually use it or anything, but it runs across the bottom of the map. The trains don't move, that carriage stays there, but again it just has a, you know, I may have mentioned it's got a lovely feel. Sorry if I keep repeating myself. And then I think right up here, building under construction there. A lot of map makers put things in like that, and again it's a nice feature if you're going to do a kind of narrative role play, let's play type thing, delivering building supplies and that kind of thing. It's, you know, you can have an excavator there and move dirt about, or whatever you want to do, simulate that using barley or TMR or, you know, whatever you fancy. So we will continue up this right hand side, eastern edge of the map just there, without crashing into anything. That would be great. And just here is the third of the farm areas that you can buy. This one has a silo around the back. There are no animals on this one, but this one does come with, if you remember when we looked earlier, this plot of land just behind field 65 here. So if you wanted to, it's nice and flat. You could maybe put some more animals on here if you wanted to, take the crops out or landscape it and maybe put an animal type there if you want to, or anywhere else on the map for that matter that you may want to do. That's the third of the farm areas, and I think that's it. That's the map tour. We've pretty much been round, I think. So as we drive up here, this track on the left will bring us back round to the main road, or we can continue up, which will bring us pretty much up towards the store, I think, where we started. Yeah, there we go, look, just up here. And there you go. That's BAJECZNA. Fabulous. By DragonX and Xylac04. Very nice. Very picturesque. I hope you've found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.